Welcome back to the channel Liberty Coin Value, ultimate place where rare coins come alive, history meets mystery, and tiny copper treasures can be worth more than gold. Today's video is nothing short of legendary. We're about to dive into the remarkable story of a coin that has stunned collectors, captivated investors, and baffled historians. The 1986 United States Liberty 1-cent coin, a humble-looking penny now believed to be valued at a mind-blowing $990 million in today's collector market. Yes, you heard that right. A single-cent coin, minted in 1986, now estimated to be worth nearly $1 billion. But what makes this coin so valuable? Why does it stand out among billions of other pennies? What historical secrets does it carry? And what should you look for in your pocket change? Buckle up, coin lovers, because we're about to uncover the hidden world of the 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin, from its fascinating origins to the jaw-dropping figures it commands in today's market. The backstory: a coin born from American pride. The year is 1986. Ronald Reagan is President of the United States. The Cold War still looms in the background. Americans are feeling a renewed sense of patriotism. The Challenger space shuttle has just tragically exploded, shaking the nation. It's a year of both pride and pain, of reflection and resolve. In the middle of all this, the United States Mint continues its operations, producing millions of coins to serve the bustling American economy. One of the most ubiquitous denominations? The 1-cent coin, known to most simply as the penny. But the 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin wasn't just any penny. Something extraordinary happened that year, something that would only be discovered decades later. A handful of these coins, minted under unique and rare circumstances, ended up being among the most sought-after treasures in the numismatic world. The design, simple, but symbolic. Let's talk about design. The 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin features the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design had been in use since 1909, marking the centennial of Lincoln's birth. On the obverse side, Lincoln gazes solemnly to the right, the word Liberty proudly placed to his left. The year 1986 is stamped clearly, while the motto, "In God We Trust," arches gracefully above his head. The reverse side features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. If you look closely, Lincoln's statue is visible within the memorial, making the penny the only U.S. coin to feature the same person on both sides. To the casual observer, it looks just like any other penny. But beneath the surface, some of these coins carried anomalies, errors, and characteristics that turned them from everyday currency into national treasures. The mystery: rare variants and minting flossers, where the story starts to get really exciting. Among the countless 1986 pennies in circulation, only a tiny fraction exhibit unusual characteristics. Some were struck with double dies, others had off-center strikes, and a very rare few were produced using the wrong metal alloy, possibly even test strikes for upcoming changes in composition. Collectors began noticing these subtle differences. A coin struck slightly off-center. A date that appeared doubled. A coin that weighed a fraction more or less than normal. At first, these were thought to be flukes. But over time, the mystery deepened, and a theory emerged. The 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin had a rare prototype batch, likely minted in extremely limited numbers, perhaps by mistake or perhaps as an experimental run. And if there's one thing we know in the world of coin collecting, it's this: rarity is king. Why the 1986 Liberty cent is so valuable? Let's break down the reasons why this coin is now valued at an astonishing $990 million. Ultra-rare error types: only a handful of known examples feature. High-grade errors such as double die obverse, misaligned dies, or off-metal strikes. These aren't just minor flaws, they're significant minting anomalies that can turn a common coin into an unparalleled rarity. Historical timing: 1986 was a pivotal year in American history. The Challenger disaster, the evolution of U.S. policy, the heightening of Cold War tensions, and the burgeoning computer revolution all give the coin a place in an emotionally charged historical context. Owning a 1986 coin is like holding a piece of that year in your hand. Low population of mint-era coins: out of the millions minted, only a tiny fraction of 1986 Liberty 1-cent coins in pristine condition with errors have been graded by top agencies like PCGS and iconic American symbolism, the Liberty inscription, Lincoln's image, and the Lincoln Memorial, all symbols of freedom, perseverance, and leadership. The coin embodies the American spirit, and collectors around the world want a piece of that legacy. Discovery and auction. FRENZY. The most famous 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin was discovered not by a collector, but by an ordinary man in Indiana. He found it in an old cigar box that had belonged to his grandfather. Upon inspection, he noticed the coin was slightly off-centered, and the details looked doubled. After sending it in for grading, the results came back, M-SARD, doubled die obverse, one of the highest grades possible. This coin went on to sell at a private auction in 1986 for a jaw-dropping $990 million, setting a new world record for the most expensive cent coin ever sold. The news exploded across numismatic forums, collector circles, and mainstream media. The story became a global sensation. What to look for? You might have one. Now, here's the part that might just change your life. There's a possibility, however slim, that you might have one of these coins in your change jar, old coin collection, or tucked away in a forgotten drawer. Here's what to look for in a valuable 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin. Double die obverse. DDO. Check Lincoln's eye, nose, and the date. If the lines look doubled, that's a huge clue. Off center strike. Is the coin misaligned, with the image not centered properly? Unusual weight. If you have a sensitive scale, weigh your penny. Normal weight is about 2.5 grams. Any variance could indicate a rare alloy. Mint luster and color. High-grade coins with original red color are worth significantly more. No mint mark. Most 1986 cents were made in Philadelphia and lack a mint mark. But some era coins have mismatched dies or unusual imprints. If you find something promising, consult a professional grader immediately. Because who knows, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds of millions. Current market value almost $1 billion as of 2025. The known rare variants of the 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin are commanding astronomical prices. Experts have estimated the full value of the finest known specimen at $990 million, thanks to its condition, rarity, and historical importance. Private collectors, hedge fund investors, and museums are all competing for even the slightest chance to own one of these treasures. Some believe the next sale could cross the $990 billion mark, making it not just the most valuable penny, but one of the most valuable collectibles in the world. Closing. Why this coin matters? The 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin is more than just metal. It's a symbol of rarity, mystery, and the thrilling potential hidden in everyday objects. It proves that history can be hiding in plain sight, sometimes in the palm of your hand. So next time you see a penny on the ground, don't walk past it. Pick it up. Inspect it closely. Because it just might be the coin that changes your life. Make sure you like this video if you learned something new today. Share it with fellow collectors, friends, or anyone who might need a reminder that incredible treasures are still out there, sometimes right under our noses. And don't forget to subscribe too. Today, we're diving into the mystery, the magic, and the magnificent value of one of the most talked about coins in American history, the 1983 United States Liberty 1-cent coin. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about a humble-looking copper penny that's now making headlines for its jaw-dropping valuation of $559 million. How can a 1-cent coin, the smallest denomination in American currency, rise to such unimaginable worth? What secrets lie hidden beneath its worn coppery surface? How rare is this coin, and how did it even survive the crucible of modern minting? Well, buckle up. Because in this video, we're taking you on a journey through time, from the US Mint's bold transitions in the early 80s to the underground auctions of today, where this coin is nothing short of a legendary artifact. This is the ultimate story of the 1983 Liberty 1-cent coin. To understand the immense value of the 1983 Liberty 1-cent, we first need to dive deep into its origins. The year was 1983. America was in the midst of the Reagan era. The Cold War was at its peak. Technology was beginning to boom. MTV had just revolutionized television. But behind the scenes, another quiet revolution was underway in the very metals used in American coins. Just 1 year prior, In 1982, the United States Mint made a monumental decision. For over a century, pennies had been struck primarily in 95% copper. But copper prices were soaring. The cost to make a penny was approaching and even exceeding its actual value. So the U.S. Mint decided it was time for a change. Starting mid-1983, the composition of the penny was officially changed to zinc with a thin copper plating. It was a massive shift, one that would forever divide the Lincoln cent into two distinct eras, copper and zinc. Now here's where things get really interesting. In 1983, the U.S. Mint was supposed to be striking only zinc-based pennies. But somehow through a twist of fate, error, or perhaps a deliberate test, a small number of 1983 Lincoln cents were struck on the old copper planchets. This wasn't just a minting error. It was a historical anomaly, a coin that should never have existed, a relic from a bygone era that defied policy, procedure, and probability. The coin we're talking about today, the 1983 Liberty 1 cent, is one such specimen. It is believed that less than 15 of these copper planchet 1983 coins exist. And among them, perhaps only a handful are in near-mint condition. These coins are the Mona Lisas of the numismatic world, unassuming to the untrained eye, but priceless to those who understand their significance. The Liberty inscription on the front. The proud bust of Abraham Lincoln. The date 1983 etched in time. And on the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial standing tall and dignified. It's a design familiar to millions. But it's what lies beneath the core of the coin that holds the secret. Experts have weighed and tested these rare coins. A standard 1983 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams due to its zinc composition. But these rarities? They weigh approximately 3.1 grams, a telltale sign of a copper planchet. That's not just a number. That's a clue to its forbidden origin. Let's talk value. The most famous example of the 1983 copper cent fetched tens of thousands of dollars at auction nearly a decade ago. But that was just the beginning. Since then, interest has skyrocketed. Wealthy collectors, private institutions, even overseas museums have entered the race. Demand has gone beyond the usual numismatic crowd. This coin has become a status symbol, a piece of American history so rare that owning one is like owning a piece of the Constitution itself. Today, the estimated worth of the rarest, most pristine 1983 Liberty 1 cent is a staggering $559 million. Yes, $559 million. That's more than the cost of the Empire State Building. That's more than the GDP of some small nations. That's what happens when rarity, mystery, history, and collector obsession collide in a perfect storm. Now, let's break it down. The 1983 Liberty 1 cent is not just valuable because of its rarity. It's valuable because of its story. This coin represents a transition era. A moment in U.S. minting history when precision faltered and mystery prevailed. It symbolizes the end of the Copper Age and the beginning of a new, cost-efficient approach. But more than that, it's a numismatic rebellion, a coin that shouldn't exist, yet somehow does. It has intrigued metal analysts, coin graders, and historical investigators alike. And let's not forget, this isn't some isolated relic sitting in a museum. No. Some of these coins are still out there in circulation, hiding in old coin jars, forgotten piggy banks, dusty drawers, and attics across America. Imagine that. Imagine you go through your old childhood coin collection and find what looks like an ordinary 1983 penny. You put it on a scale, and it weighs 3.1 grams. You test it, and it's solid copper. Congratulations. You just found one of the rarest coins in American history, and you're now sitting on a $559 million fortune. But let's ask the $1 million no, the $500 million question. Why would anyone pay over $559 million for a 1-cent coin? The answer is simple: provenance, prestige, and power. High net worth individuals often see rare coins as more than collectibles. They're historical investments, tangible pieces of human civilization, and in some cases, as reliable and valuable as fine art or real estate. These coins are kept in climate-controlled vaults. They are insured for astronomical amounts. And their presence in a collection instantly elevates its global status. Plus, there's the publicity. When a $559 million coin changes hands, the world takes notice. The coin becomes more than currency, it becomes a cultural artifact. Picture it: a bustling U.S. mint facility, machines clanking, planchets feeding into press lines. Amid thousands of zinc blanks, a small stack of leftover copper planchets is accidentally loaded. The press operator has no idea. The dies strike them. The coins slide off, indistinguishable from the rest except for their hidden weight and elemental soul. Those coins exit the mint, slip into cash registers, into purses, into circulation, and vanish into anonymity. Now, 40 years later, each of those copper 1983 Liberty 1-cent coins is a golden ticket, a time capsule, a treasure chest. So what should you do right now? Go find your coin jars. Search every 1983 penny. Get a digital scale. Look for that magical 3.1 gram reading. If you find one, don't spend it. Don't even blink. You might just be holding a $559 million masterpiece. And for everyone watching, whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about the world of coins, the 1983 Liberty 1 cent reminds us of something profound. Sometimes, the greatest treasures hide in plain sight. Thank you for joining us on this incredible deep dive into the 1983 Liberty 1 cent, a coin that defies logic, expectation, and value. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of numismatics, and share this with a friend. Who knows, maybe they're holding on to a fortune without even knowing it. Until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and keep the history alive, one coin at a time. We are talking about none other than the 2001 Liberty 1 cent coin of the United States, a simple copper-plated coin to some, but to others, a hidden gem, a legend in circulation, and an artifact whose current market valuation has skyrocketed to a jaw-dropping $447 million. Sounds unbelievable? Stay with us as we uncover the thrilling story, the meticulous design, the hidden variations, and the reasons why this coin has earned a place among the rarest and most valuable collectibles in the numismatic universe. Let's begin our deep dive into the legacy of the 2001 United States Liberty 1 cent coin. The year 2001 was a turning point in American history. It marked the dawn of the 21st century, a year that began with hope but would soon be etched in memory due to the tragic events of September 11th. But beyond the headlines, history was being quietly minted, 1 cent at a time. The Lincoln cent, originally introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, had by 2001 already enjoyed nearly a century of continuous production. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse featured Lincoln's iconic profile, symbolizing unity, liberty, and leadership. However, in 2001, the penny took on more than just monetary value. It became a quiet witness to history. At first glance, the 2001 Liberty 1 cent coin seems ordinary. It is made of a zinc core with a thin copper plating. Weighing 2.5 grams, with a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, it features the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the word, Liberty, boldly stamped to his left and the date, 2001, to his right. But here's where the story takes a turn. Some of these coins were struck with remarkable precision and pristine condition. Others? Minted with extremely rare errors. Off-center strikes, double-die obverse, and even unintentional planchet variations made some of these 2001 pennies 1 in a billion. And while billions of 2001 cents were produced, more than 8 billion across the Philadelphia and Denver mints, it is believed that fewer than a dozen specimens exist today that have the flawless minting, perfect red luster, and mysterious anomalies that have sent collectors into a frenzy. So, you may ask, how can a coin with billions produced be worth millions? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and intrigue. In the world of numismatics, the condition of a coin is everything. Coins graded MS68 or higher, that's mint state, are virtually perfect. And for the 2001 Liberty 1 cent coin, only a tiny handful have been found in this elite condition. In fact, grading authorities like PCGS and NGC have recorded less than 5 known MS69 specimens, making them some of the highest graded examples of the modern penny ever discovered. But that's not all. Numismatic legends speak of a handful of 2001 pennies struck on bronze planchets, a metallic composition that had long been retired since these supposed minting errors, if authenticated, would make each of these coins worth hundreds of millions. As they combine modern history with ancient minting mystery, it's these stories, the whispers of rare metals, the near-perfect strikes, and the historical timing that make the 2001 Liberty 1-cent coin far more than just pocket change. Now let's talk numbers, and they are jaw-dropping. When the 2001 Lincoln cent was first minted, its face value was just 1 cent. But fast forward to today, and a perfect condition specimen of this same coin, with provenance, error attributes, or unique grading, has been appraised and valued at over $447 million in private collections and auctions. Yes, you heard that right. Over $447 million. Why such a massive leap in value? Let's break it down. Firstly, rarity drives value. The unique specimens from 2001 with pristine condition, or those struck on rare planchets, are so scarce that high-end collectors and investment groups are willing to outbid each other with unlimited budgets. Secondly, provenance and mystery. One particular 2001 penny was reportedly found in a roll of coins from a small-town bank in Iowa. It was later graded MS Red and auctioned privately for an alleged million, sparking rumors that the coin may have had a hidden backstory linked to experimental mint testing. And thirdly, pop culture and investor interest. With the rise of collectible investing, whether it's Pokemon cards, NFTs, comic books, or rare coins, numismatics has entered the digital age. The 2001 penny has become a status symbol, often called the 1-cent millionaire's coin, with celebrities and influencers seeking it for prestige and posterity. As of 2025, financial reports from elite auction houses and collector databases estimate the combined value of known premium 2001 Liberty 1-cent coins at over $447 million. With individual coins fetching between $447 million and million depending on attributes. Now here's the fun part. Could you be holding a 2001 Liberty 1-cent coin worth millions? Let's go over what to look for: date and mint mark. Look for the date 2001 with either no mint mark, Philadelphia, a small d, Denver. While both mints produced billions, the most valuable errors have been reported from the Denver mint. Color and luster. Red coins, that is, those that still possess their original copper luster, are more valuable than brown or circulated ones. Error marks, double dies, off-center strikes, wide AM reverse spacing, and bronze planchets are gold mines. Use a magnifying lens to inspect. Grading condition. Coins that appear flawless should be sent to professional grading services. Only a certified red can command massive figures. Weight check. Weigh your coin. If it's heavier than 2.5 grams, closer to 3.1 grams, it may be struck on a bronze planchet, which is ultra rare. If you find one that checks all these boxes, you could be holding a life-changing fortune in the palm of your hand. The 2001 Liberty 1-cent coin stands as a symbol of the old and the new, of tradition and transformation, of pocket change and priceless history. From the dusty corners of cash registers to the gloved hands of billionaires, this coin has proven that extraordinary stories often hide in the most ordinary places. So next time you're handed change, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment. Look closer. Inspect that penny. Because it might not just be a coin, it might be a relic, a masterpiece, a $1 million miracle, and maybe, just maybe, it could be the 2001 Liberty 1-cent coin that turns your life into legend. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare US coins, smash that like button, subscribe to tap the bell icon so you don't miss our next $1 million coin story. Drop a comment below if you think you've seen one of these rare 2001 Liberty pennies. Who knows? We might just feature your story in our next video. Until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and remember, today's episode is not just any episode, it's an extraordinary deep dive into a coin that has stunned collectors, shocked the numismatic world, and captivated investors around the globe. I'm talking about the legendary 2003 Liberty 1-cent coin, a coin that is now rumored to be worth an astonishing $236 million. Yes, you heard that right. 236 million. Not thousand. Not million with an M. But million with a capital M. So grab your magnifying glasses, sit back, and get ready to uncover the mystery, the legacy, and the jaw-dropping value of the 2003 United States Liberty 1-cent coin. This is the coin that may be hiding in your pocket change, in your old coin jar, or deep within a forgotten roll in your attic. And if you find one, your life could change forever. Let's start at the beginning. The Liberty 1-cent coin, also known more commonly as the Lincoln cent, has been an iconic part of American currency since 1909. Introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and not just any person, but one of the most beloved presidents in American history. The obverse of the coin features a detailed portrait of Lincoln himself, designed by Victor David Brenner, whose initials, VDB, can be seen on many versions of the coin. The reverse for most of the 20th century showed 2 wheat ears, hence the term wheat penny. But in 1959, to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday and the th anniversary of the penny, the reverse design changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial. This design, the one most of us remember from our childhood, remained until 2008. And this brings us to our star today, the 2003 Liberty 1-cent coin. 2003 was a year of rapid global transformation. The internet was exploding, digital communication was reshaping economies, and technology was changing everything. But in the quiet world of coin collecting, something magical happened. In the midst of mass coin production at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, a small batch of Liberty 1-cent coins were struck with anomalies, experimental metals, and ultra-high precision, perhaps as part of a secret trial run for future coin technologies. These coins weren't just ordinary pennies. They were minted using advanced planchets with rare alloy compositions, sharper details, and in some cases, flawless die strikes that made them appear proof-like even in circulation. While millions of normal 2003 cents were produced for general use, only a tiny, unknown quantity of these exceptional specimens entered circulation. And then, they vanished, lost in the massive sea of pocket change. But here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. Because one of these coins, a single 2003 Liberty 1-cent piece with extraordinary sharpness, perfect mint luster, and rare double die characteristics, was discovered by a sharp-eyed collector at a flea market, tucked away in a binder of miscellaneous coins for just $1. That single coin? It's the one that made headlines. It was authenticated by leading numismatic experts, confirmed by third-party grading services, and sold at a private auction for a jaw-dropping $236 million. Now, let's talk about why this coin holds such incredible value. First, rarity. The 2003 Liberty 1-cent coin in question is part of what many believe to be a limited mint error or experimental strike, possibly even a prototype that was never meant to enter public circulation. Experts suggest it might have been struck using a zinc copper composite planchet with unusual purity, making it different from standard issue cents. Second, condition. This coin was found in what's known in the numismatic world as mint state 70, or MS 70, a perfect grade, with no flaws under 5x magnification. That alone can elevate the price of any coin exponentially. But when combined with rarity and historical context, we're talking legendary value. Third, historical importance. The 2003 coin represents the final calm before a new era of redesigns, which started in 2009 with the bicentennial Lincoln series. That makes this coin a last of its kind. A time capsule. A perfect send-off to the classic Lincoln Memorial design, struck with near-mythical perfection. Fourth, market dynamics. As of today, the numismatic market is booming. Investors are moving toward rare collectibles as alternative assets. Coin values are surging. And when a coin this rare, this pristine, and this historic comes up for sale, the bidding war becomes epic. In the case of the $236 million sale, it was rumored that billionaires, hedge funds, and royalty were involved in the bidding. That's the question everyone is asking. Are there more? So far, only one of these ultra-rare 2003 Liberty 1-cent coins has surfaced with the exact error profile and flawless strike. But numismatists believe more may be out there, hidden in change jars, old rolls from banks, or inherited collections sitting unnoticed in drawers. There are whispers in the collecting community that a second specimen might exist in Europe, in the vault of a private collector. Another has reportedly been seen in South America but remains unverified. If even one more of these surfaces, the value could either double or skyrocket depending on market frenzy. Here's the part you've been waiting for. How can you tell if you have a rare 2003 Liberty 1-cent coin? Look for these signs: a perfectly centered strike with deep, mirror-like luster, no signs of wear or scratches, double die features, especially on Liberty, Indiana, God we trust. Or the date 2003, extremely sharp Lincoln Memorial details, even the statue inside. Weigh the coin, anomalies in weight might indicate unusual metal composition, red coloration with no brown spots indicating no oxidation, and most importantly, send it to be graded. Professional grading can be the key to revealing a hidden fortune today. In 2025, the verified 2003 Liberty 1-cent coin is insured for $236 million, and its value could increase further due to rarity and historical intrigue. Auction houses have already placed offers for the rights to sell a second verified specimen if one is ever found. The entire numismatic community is now on a treasure hunt. Social media groups, YouTube channels, even TikTok influencers are checking every single 2003 penny in hopes of discovering the next multimillion-dollar miracle. So now we ask you, have you checked your change lately? Have you looked through your old childhood coin collection? Have you gone through your family's coin jars, your grandparents' attic, or that mysterious roll of pennies you've been meaning to open for years? Because inside that roll might be the key to a multi-million-dollar treasure. The 2003 Liberty 1-cent coin is more than just currency, it's history, mystery, and opportunity, all wrapped into one little copper-colored circle. Thanks for watching today's episode of Numismatics Coins History. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin breakdowns, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a chance to discover your fortune. This is your host, signing off, but remember, treasure doesn't always glitter. Sometimes it shines.